What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cousin Cecil Show. I am your host, Cousin Cecil, a.k.a. Mike Fowler. How you doing this week? I'm pretty confident it's going to be more of a shorter and sweeter issue or episode than others, but let's get right into it. What have I been playing? It's been not much. I know Returnal's out, so now I'm just more waiting to figure out when I want to jump the gun and pull the trigger and pick it up. I've heard, obviously, seeing the reviews out there, it's been getting really good praise and stuff, and I'm just not 100% sure, if not about even like the roguelike part, it's just about the idea of the difficulty. Is it my time worth my time to invest, or just keep going through my backlog like I've been doing? I've been playing Fortnite, of course, but I've been also into Nier Automata. That I know that obviously Replicant's out, but I just wanted to get that finished under my belt and all that fun jazz. And of course, it's always fun, but yeah, I've just been not so much in the mood to be playing more than like I've been in that, I don't want to say multiplayer sense, but that idea of like the only thing I've been doing is really plugging in, jumping in Fortnite, and if I get a victory royale, I'm like, you know what, I'm good, and then just log off. But that's just been me about gaming. I think it's just more I'm in that rut of playing. But we'll go like all gamers do. We'll get out of it. We'll persevere. Like it's something like fucking really really important. But no, just we'll get through, and I'll get back into gaming a little bit more and more. But yeah, but I do though want to have this. Might as well just start right now. If I have the chance, I'm going to do it. So yeah, I was able to grab issue 2 of the Fortnite Zero Point Batman story, just because right place, right time, and that same comic shop had it early, and I just want to more say this issue, because I'm going to try to be spoiler free, because I'm just going to be fair to it, because of this one obviously gives more in depth into Batman being like the great detective that he is, that he's been figuring out some stuff. He's been putting on his suit and gloves, like notes, like Memento style. Like it might be say like you got 22 minutes, because that's how much cycle is in Fortnite. Cat is friend, so obviously replying about Catwoman, and this is the first issue that has also shows Harley Quinn and what she's been doing since she jumped in the Portal 2. But I want to just more say, I'd pick it up, of course, if you're already going into the whole spiel of getting them. I was mistaken, because I want to make sure that's clear for people who I've been going more towards the comic book site of this podcast. But is the only way to get those Fortnite codes is physically, and to my knowledge, the DC Universe Online might give you a code after the whole thing's done. It might be there right now, but don't quote me. But right now, the only way to get those Fortnite codes are physical comics, and I think we said it on the first week's review. The comic shops they kind of messed up, and they did not expect the people wanting this book as much as they are. So they're obviously very low stock on some places, and they also they're trying their best, not the comic shop, but DC also has like the second printing of the first issue coming out down the road. And also, just so we can talk about, issue 2 gives you the 0 Point Batman glider. So basically it looks like the Cowl's cape, and it gives you a bunch of bats that scatter around you. It looks really cool. You can also technically look at it in a small little clip I did for on at Mike Fowler 93. I just showed a little 2-minute of one of those victory royales I did. And it looks like I'm cheating, but also it's just the boots. I was on top of a tree, and I was just gliding over from tree to tree to keep away from the people. I'm not a builder. But yeah, I want to just more say, hey, kudos to how quickly it switched. Because the first issue just felt, I don't even know how to word it. It just didn't feel like good. The second issue does step it up, and I do enjoy this issue. I'm looking forward to issue 3, where obviously the cover is Batman going against Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. So yeah, go pick it up this Wednesday. It's supposed to come out this Wednesday, so again, talking to your boy, just right place, right time. And also, I'm also going to put it right here. I'm going to try to do it perfectly with this minute. This Wednesday is issue 3 of Swamp Thing from DC from Ram V. And colorist Mike Spicer, and the pencil person is Mike Perkins. And I just want more do like a quick little review of this Wednesday's issue without spoiling. If you just go by the cover, this is going to be the issue that probably involves Swamp Thing meeting some other people that are connected to the Green, which is the power that Swamp Thing gets, or has. His connection to the power is. And the cover shows Poison Ivy. So I'm just more saying it without spoiling it. And then right now, I believe you can see the first 4 preview pages like online. So, but it is excellent issue. I like the trippiness through the whole thing, because if you look at the preview pages, it shows like this the new Swamp Thing, because we're dealing with a new character. Have this new weird power of and he's trying to get a MRI, and next you know the green happens and it kind of bursts the whole room into flowers and stuff, and his friend walks into it too, and it's a very interesting and one thing I've been wondering through the first 3 issues, because I'm going to count this one too, is like, where is the connection to previous books? And I just more wanted to say, because I don't think it's really spoiling it, if you this is where the info is or lies for all that is the starting point. So I'm just more saying it's a good time to go pick up issue 1, 2, and 3 this Wednesday, because it was pretty good, and I like the ending, the last page. Wow, makes you is next month here yet? And I just want to give kudos to Ram V, and I'm trying to do it as not a spoiler, because I'm also going to clip this to say it. But congrats to the whole team. You guys are doing a really good job. But yes, it is. I say it's a must read right now. The Swamp Thing with Ram V's vision for obviously of course the script, but the whole team, both Mikes, Spicer and Perkins, are doing great jobs. Excellent work, guys. I guess also right here, more for a teaser, I was very fortunate to receive Black Cotton issue 2, and that will be reviewed next week, and maybe do a little bit more of we'll see what I can do. See, because some shit's going to work down the pipe. Maybe I can get more information how much I want to speak on that next week's episode. But yeah, let's get into news-wise, and we can go off with, at first, more of a littler one with, there is apparently some breaking news that Finn Wittrock has been possibly working out a deal to become Guy Gardner in the HBO Max's Green Lantern series of the Green Lantern Corps. And Finn Wittrock is also, he's the guy he's done some seasons of American Horror Story, but also more of a spotlighted role was in that Netflix Ratched with the other chick from American Horror Story. But yeah, that, and then also, what's another thing that I just saw too? This week also saw the first cover image of CW's Naomi, with Ava DuVernay's pilot of being Naomi. And I just want to say, I'm more saying it with a hesitation. I like Naomi, the character in the books, but the thing is, if anybody who's read it knows that this is going to be a crazy stretch of a series. There's only been 6 issues of Naomi's own story. She has been in a couple arc of Young Justice, which obviously Naomi is created by Brian Michael Bendis. Brian Michael Bendis also did do Young Justice's last run, which obviously he's good for the caliber of using his own character for this. And then she's also in the recent run of Justice League, which is Brian Michael Bendis. But the idea of, as a reader and person with knowledge of her, there is not that much story in. It's only 6 issues, like I said. So that's a blink of an eye for a TV show. And if this does the CW usual, let's say 20, we'll even go. I think they're pulling this shit out of their ass into like from thin air. And I'm not saying that. I just want the most out of the character of being good. And of course, switching it to TV so she can have her own little plots and shit going on. It probably will be for the best, but I just thinking for the idea of a person who likes canon following with like a comic, there's not that much comic to follow. So this is going to be on their own adventures and they can make up shit that they want. We'll see how that goes and of all that fun jazz. And then also, we also had, Sony's Morbius has moved to January 28th, 2022. So it just got out of this little year because it was supposed to come out this September. So they must have moved it, and then it's definitely going to go into the deal with Netflix's stuff that happened last week too. And then also, I'm more interested to say is we got to the ending of Invincible season 1, and it has been greenlit for season 2 and 3. I want to say also that has been an excellent series. I think these short and sweet seasons is great. It leaks, doesn't let this much stretch. You don't have to stretch it out too much. Gets to the point, and Invincible has been an excellent season. It's actually probably one of the best TV shows this year, and the year quote unquote is still young, but yes, kudos to the team and all that fun jazz. One more movie news that I want to talk about before we get into like gaming news is people have been curving it around that this last the newest Mortal Kombat movie, which is terrible, has been basically setting up Joe Taslim's basically be Noob Saibot in Mortal Kombat sequels, which is obviously when you take a step back and we have this whole little movie about the best, I'll give him that. The best parts of the newest Mortal Kombat is the Sub-Zero Scorpion subplot, besides the idea of what Scorpion was fucking doing through the whole fucking movie to the end. But this goes with the TV or the video games. Noob Saibot is the first original Sub-Zero who died by Scorpion's hand in the I want to keep fucking saying comics. I keep on talking about comics all week. But in the games, and he comes back as a wraith, and he's just basically the Black Ninja that we've always played as down the road. And he's obviously was originally named Bihan too. So again, I guess I'm more just saying like, if they want to keep polishing a turd, they can polish a turd. They're going to do it anyway. But I just want to more put it out there so you know that I'm not shutting my ears off on it. I just think it's a cop-out to have people go watch this first Mortal Kombat and have a very terrible middle, and also the human the whole family part of this fucking story is dog shit. But yeah, I digress of that. But yeah, and then also we'll get into more of our real gaming news of this week. After decades at Capcom, Yoshinori Ono will join Delightworks on May 1st. So it just happened around my recording as COO. Delightworks is responsible for Fate Grand Order on mobile, for example, and they also published. They will publish Melty Blood Type Lumina, which got revealed quite recently. I'm assuming just another fighting game, but the idea that he's not going to be in the game director chair, he's just in the top, one of the topper chairs, probably being an advisor. So we've talked about him stepping down from Capcom, and there was also some animosity from that step down. I've heard, of course, nothing has been official, but just more glad to see him still staying in gaming, but of course not being a game director. All right, and then more of a chunkier part is this has been late. We just had the quarter results conference calls from both parties. First, we'll do Xbox, and we'll go to PlayStation, blah blah blah, and we'll get through the whole thing. Xbox has some good, without even having to talk to you. Both game systems have been doing great. Well, with Xbox, we have overall gaming revenue up 50%. Content and service grew by 34%. Growth primarily due to first-party and third-party games, which that's hard to believe there, but as well as Game Pass increase. Xbox hardware revenue grew by an incredible 232%, driven by the Series X and S demand. Very strong results. This is all without no first-party announcements or releases, which is mind-boggling. And there's also been some talks through the grapevine, which we're not on this conference call right at this moment in time, me who wrote this note down. But Microsoft apparently has not directly said if Game Pass has been a profit yet. I'm more just saying that because I don't care. But just more the idea that was the conversation I saw this week. And then also, besides that point, they have been doing some really big moves to try to be big in the PC gaming space, like Epic has done in the past that we've been really discussing, and of course how Steam has. Apparently, Windows Store is now going to be doing Epic gives the developers a 70% which is very higher than Steam of revenue. Microsoft has just announced that they're going to give the developers an 88% to revenue of sales on their platform, which is, hey, that's good. And also there's also rumors. I want to call it rumors. I know it's for sure. They're also going to do an 88% revenue towards Xbox sales as well. So that is definitely huge for an idea of, what is it? We've been having a lot of discussions of Xbox has no first-party announcement games, or the idea of they're not really going into the exclusivity route as PlayStation on paper. But behind the scenes, it does look like that. And then also there was some, I saw there was a new paperwork that showed that Stalker 2 is just a 3-month exclusive on Xbox, and then it'll come to other services. And then the only one that they, out of the couple of couple of the showcases that they have had, apparently right now on paper, the Gunk is the only one that I saw on these paperworks that says that one is a full-blown exclusive to Xbox only, to my knowledge. So, hey, they're doing some shit behind the scenes, but also I think it's always good to have these game developers get revenue better. Obviously, increases that. Hopefully, it means increases pay for their workers and all that fun jazz. But they're doing some big moves, and I'm just more saying it right now. Might be the episode 41 of the Cousin Cecil Show. We might come back to it and hear if this was the actual key part of that gave Xbox the real software push to try to become first place again in this little quote-unquote non-console war conversation. So, hey, there's some moving and shaking going on for your Xbox fans. And see, look, Cousin Cecil even talked about it. Isn't that great? Next, the rest of it's going to be PlayStation. Even we're going to walk right into the State of Play 2. Incredible PlayStation facts. The company earnings. 7.8 million PS5 sold. 47.6 million PlayStation Plus subscribers. 338 million games sold for PS4, PS5 in the past year. Wow. 24.4 billion in game revenue in the past year. Global, just for a reference, the global box office was 11.5 billion in 2020. So we're talking double that. And with many theaters are closed for, they still made 11.5 billion in movies. Fucking having to be double for gaming is excellent. Also, just more saying on this conference call, the next financial year for Sony is forecasted first-party PlayStation Studio titles to generate more money than the last financial year, which included heavy hitters like Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man Miles Morales. They've been saying they had some big expectations in Horizon, God of War, and more. Because they also, during this conversation, they said that they have been doing a lot of heavy investments into exclusive games. So just like Xbox is now kind of doing the incentive, like, oh, we're not going to look like the bad guy by going for these exclusives, but they're going to have people come to Xbox and make sure. Maybe it also is it's like a parry to a sword fight. So instead of doing it, like PlayStation's going heavy on getting exclusives, Xbox will make it look so good that you can't say no to doing Xbox as well because of the 88% revenue. So hey, that's more of me thinking that while I'm on microphone talking at the same fucking time to think about something different. That's pretty cool. And then also another quick little information I saw this week was Epic Games and Fortnite. Paperwork has shown that actually 50% of Fortnite at revenue is from the PlayStation ecosystem. And that is crazy. And it also explains why PlayStation has been going heavy into becoming shareholders of Epic Games, probably, doing that weird cycle of money to get some money back in their own pocket, which is awesome to hear. And like I said, we're going to walk into, they were teasing a PlayStation State of Play, which on paper sound like it was going to be really cool and getting new news, but they've been doing what they've been doing lately. It was just a highlight reel that did a 15-minute demo for Ratchet & Clank, but I don't want to sell it short because they did also have 2 indie games announced there. Well, technically not announced. It was more of a telling us update, which one of them was Subnautica's Below Zero, is of course coming to PS5. And what was interesting is if you have Subnautica 1, you also get a free PS5 version of it when it comes out later this year, like later this month, actually. Excuse me. Because it's just part of the deal. And then I think it's interesting to see is how much more of those play-at-home games are going to have something going to involve with a PS5. Because almost everything that has been free or given to us as PlayStation fans, we've been getting, getting a free upgrade for free or something. Like Final Fantasy VII, which was more of we have exclusive rights to it. And they wanted to make a PS5 version. So, hey, we're going to give you PS Plus. That gives you the free game. So you just have to buy the Yuffie story DLC, which is cool. And then, of course, Subnautica's Below Zero is the same idea. Hey, we're going to give you the free base game, quote unquote, on PS5, and then you can, if you like it, you can go buy the new version of it, the Below Zero expansion for $20, I believe it was, like $27. And then, but yeah, I'm just more curious what else is coming down the pipe. So, like, even the other idea for another idea of this thought is Control. Control was one of those ones that was going to have a very bumpy road version of transitioning from old software or hardware to new hardware. So, long story short, hey, PS Plus, we're going to give you the PS5 version for free. Have a good day. Another one that just is in the pipeline, or not pipeline right now, but the one is this month's free game, Wreckfest. Wreckfest was one of those ones that is an indie studio, I believe, that they had to do a $10 upgrade to the next-gen console versions. So PlayStation's been covering our butts in the sense of PS Plus members. Like, nope, we'll just give you the whole PS5 version for free. So that's good to know and all that stuff. And then we'll go back to the State of Play. Next was they showed Among Us is coming to the PS5 and PS4. And they'll have an exclusive Ratchet and Clank skin for your little imposter. I'm excited. I'd like to get back into it. I'd like to know if anyone who listens, please reach out, because I'd like to do a couple nights of those games. And if it's easier to do it, like, is it easier with party chat? I'd love to set up a group of hopefully, get 10 people to play it. There might be more features than I have been playing since I haven't played that much on my phone lately. But I'm looking forward to it. Of course, I know it's only going to be like $5 because I think it's only $5 on the Switch. So I'm looking for it. I was excited to see it. But then we get into the real big cookie of the State of Play was Ratchet & Clank's Rift Apart demo. And all I can say, it's gorgeous. I think we also this week we found out before the State of Play was the Ratchet's female Lombax version is named Rivet, and it's hard to compare Ratchet and Clank's graphics to anything else around. If we're not talking about I guess movie, but the idea of this is a playable movie. It's something to say, and it's very amazing work. Congrats to Insomniac, of course. What they do is almost uncomparable, which a lot of the PlayStation family can do this same idea, that they're the masters of their craft, and it's very interesting to see people at their best doing this stuff like that. But yeah, it was that was basically it, and then also a couple more quick fire things was not really quick for this one, but Toys for Bob, the studio that made Crash 4, of course they did Skylanders. I thought they were doing pretty well because of all these little, like, Crash 4 sold well and all that stuff, but they became another cog in the machine of what is the word? Call of Duty Warzone. They had layoffs, which I didn't see until now, but a lot of the creative people have left the company, and now they're just part of the machine that runs Call of Duty Warzone. And there are 4 major studios that are focusing on Call of Duty right now, which is Raven, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and now Toys for Bob. But it also doesn't count, I believe I heard Beanox has been doing help with it too, but nothing like as heavy as these 4 other studios. But almost every studio that's under Activision's umbrella, besides ones that are under Blizzard, has touched Call of Duty now within the past 3 years. So it's crazy to think of. And then also just more, I don't give a fuck about, I just want to state it and go on with it. Apparently, the CEOs of CD Projekt Red have got revenue bonuses from the production bonuses, into the millions for Cyberpunk. Granted, I want to just say it. I'm not saying money bad, but the idea of that the whole studio got some, but of course not as much as the CEOs. But the idea that they can sell a piece of shit game and still get $7 million bonuses for nothing, it's not a good look. But yeah, basically that's it for me for news I care about. The rest is just going to be a stylized hot picks like I've been doing lately. But yeah, for this week's hot picks for music, I want to say 2 different tracks. One of them is Moray's On God, and the other one is For Da Gang with Roddy Ricch. It's 42 Doug. I like that one just because I think it's very interesting. They sampled Scorpions' There's No One Like You, which is kind of mind-boggling to hear in this generation, to go find a sample from the rock band Scorpions. But yeah, and then movies. I'm going to backtrack because I forgot to say it last week. Was one of them is this Crunchyroll To the Eternity. It is possibly the hottest show of the spring year or spring catalog of animes. It is pretty interesting. There's only been 3 episodes. It involves it's basically like this idea, like, I'm not going to say God, but a creator is watching the earth and he dropped this orb that can transform its body or transform itself into stuff. So the orb falls down to the sky, it hits a rock, and it becomes a rock. And then the rock changes into a wolf. The wolf then, kind of a pet wolf, meets up with the old master, some kid in this place. And long story short, because it's how it is, the kid dies, and the wolf transforms into the boy and leaves the area. And now the main plot of the story continues of this blob's adventure. But yeah, and then also I wanted give a recommendation was for both of them are Netflix. Netflix is Yusuke. That was it's only 6 episodes, and I think it's a really good introductory anime because it's very excellently English dubbed, because it has for what is the gentleman's name from Get Out? Lakeith Stanfield. He is the voice of the Yasuke, which I want to say it's okay. I know I put it as hot pick, but I wanted to say it's okay. I think the first 2 episodes are very strong, and then it kind of gets into this more mumbly of like where they want to go with it, because Yasuke is about the black samurai in real time in real world history, but it goes into a more of a right turn towards sci-fi, and like there's robots and stuff, and it's good. But the idea of it gets a little jumbly at the end of the season because they kind of stop talking about the history part of his background. They keep going forward. And I think they have some really strong stuff with the past, and him was being like what was the word? Kind of like a protector of this girl that is the main plot of the season, but without her knowing the whole backstory of him. But yeah, Yusuke on Netflix, and also on Netflix, which is out now, is The Mitchells versus the Machines, and that is I think a A+, family movie, and it's one of the Sony ones that Netflix bought for the streaming services, and it's top tier animated. It's excellent. I like the whole cast. It was a very great watch. I watched it right before I recorded this. So I go watch Mitchells and the Machines. And then for comics, just quickly, two of the ones that are coming out this week on Wednesday, May 4th, is of course Swamp Thing 3 and the Batman 0 Point, which I already discussed, but I don't want to count them in that besides recommendations. Batman 108, which is a issue that involves getting a brand new DC character is being revealed. It'll be the first appearance, so it's one of those ones that people like to buy because of that Touchstone issues. And then I'm interested in see what this Marvel Reborn issue 1 is. And also, it won't be a Cousin Cecil show if I didn't go check out, make sure I didn't miss anything, was Image Comics The Good Asian, which is a old school detective noir style book coming out this week. It looks very interesting. I'm interested in it. And then also more of a pat on the back for a certain person. I'm also going to say you guys should check out this comic series, Witchblood. It's by Matthew Erman. And it is it's only in 3 issues. In fact, I lied. There's only 2 issues out right now. I was just fortunate enough to have all 3 issues, being who I am now, He was very fortunate enough he gave me all 3 issues on a thing, and it is excellent. And to say at least, it is definitely like it's, how would I put it? It's a very indie rock feel of a, like, like that feeling Juno gave you of like that style of, or Napoleon Dynamite. I'm not saying it talk down like that if you guys don't like those movies, but the idea of it is so much personality into the book that the artwork and the obviously the script, they all mesh together in a great way that I said on the Twitter, I believe this might be one of the next great animated series if someone can pick it up right now. And I said in my little tweet, I was thinking Adult Swim. So like that idea of like, of course, have the artist that does the book do the animations, or have a team to get that likeness close. But like that same, like it gave you like to me, it gave me like regular show. What's another one of like that Cartoon Network Adult Swimmy kind of adult humor, especially because this one obviously they swear, so it's for adults. But I've never seen a book make me want to go find Alan Jackson's Chattahoochee and listen to it while I'm reading, because they suggested it in one of the panels. And it's very fun. It gives you a very interesting mythos to witches and also other supernatural things that are not the usual type of lore that you hear from them. And it's only 2 issues in. Third one's not even out yet. But I suggest you guys you might want to put it on your pull list. It's very fun to read. And I just want to say thank you to Matt and the team to obviously give me the files to read. And they're very fun, and I'm going to keep my pinky promise. I'm going to pick it up on a pull list or put them on my Comixology. But yeah. All right. And then like every week, please follow me at Mike Fowler93 on Twitter. The whole spiel. You guys be good to each other, and I'll catch you all next week. And then also enjoy your Cinco de Mayo with also a nothing involving that kind of aesthetic, but there's of course another comic book interview dropping on that day. So on May 4th. Yeah, because that's Wednesday. Or am I wrong? Nope, May 5th, because that's what it is. DC Comic Digital fuck me up every time we do that. Cinco de Mayo is comic book day. And then hopefully you guys will all enjoy me talking to David, quote unquote, DB Andrea about Resonant, which is an excellent. I'm all up to date. We're waiting for the end of the month for issue 10, the final issue of Resonant. That could also become a really good live action series. But please go listen to it. Also listen to the other ones. Go listen to David Hazan's. Go listen to Cluner that I put on my files finally. Or else, do the whole thing. But again, be good to each other like every week. And I'll catch y'all next week. Peace.